All right.
Hi.
All right. The sales conversation begins at hello. Is that a concept that you people have thought of before? Likely not. And I have a conversation that I want to bring to you today. Look like I'm jumping all over on my screen, but that's okay. I want to talk about first impressions and what it does in the business. And we, as you may know, we spend a lot of time building sales systems, sales teams, and conversion opportunities on the back end. And it's amazing how many people think that the sale begins when you start talking to a closer or when the presentation happens. And I got news for you. That's not what happens. The sales conversation begins the moment somebody touches your company, whether it's in an opt-in, a mailer in your letter, a pay-per-view click, a Facebook ad, or a cold call. Anything that happens. For many of you, this is hello, maybe the first time you're seeing me. So the sales conversation has officially begun. I'm evaluating you, you're evaluating me, and we're making decisions, even if they're just subconscious ones. So I have a collaborator, partner of ours that I want to bring to you today, and we're going to talk a little bit about her company, Angelie. She's got a world-class company that focuses on many things virtual support, but her specialty in the conversation today is appointment setting. She's got great teams and great systems and great structures. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what goes into appointment setting and why you might want to outsource that. So, Angeli, say hello. Tell people who you are.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anjali. I am based in the Philippines. I am the founder of a assistance agency named Elevate Outsource Solutions. So we cater business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs, um, for their appointment setters, executive assistants, admin assistants. We help you buy back your time, basically, and market your company without the hassle of doing the calls one by one for you. So we'll do that for you and just give you like quality leads.
Amen. Quality leads. Who wants more quality leads? That's something that we talk to companies every single day about conversions, about closing, about all things sales, and almost without exception, the number one challenge for most people is I need more leads or I need better leads. I need more qualified leads. You fill in the blank, but somewhere in there is the lead process. So, what's the difference in your world, Angeli, from somebody who's converting the sale on the back end versus someone who is warming up the sale or vetting the opportunity so that salespeople have a better chance to make sales?
Okay, so what we do, our appointment setters are, you can say, the one who knocks on the door. All right, so someone opens the door, they say they're interested, and then we set an appointment, get the information that's needed, like the motivation, the usual basic information, the motivation, where can we contact them, and then transfer them to the closers, the one who knows the business best. But we are the front ends. We are the one who introduce your business to the clients, the potential clients. We are the door knockers, basically.
Yeah, and the door knocker, that's a real thing. Is a great visual. I spent a lot of years, my early days of selling, knocking on a lot of doors. And it's nice when you can have somebody do the door knocking for you. I mean, I used to own an alarm company, and we went through neighborhoods, knocking on doors, installing alarm systems. And I got really good at closing people in the living room. And my only limitation was I couldn't knock on enough doors to make all the sales that I wanted. So I started hiring my own door knocking team. And then I had door knockers going down the street, and I would just go from one living room to another. They would open the door, somebody would want to come in, and then I would come in and close the sale and go to the next house. And man, it made life so much different. And that's the same thing that's happening here. It's like you want to have a team that's really clear and solid to be able to understand your brand, what you do, and who is the ideal person that you can do it with so that they can be vetting them and bringing them in the door for you. Is my videos
Yes.
doing weird stuff or is it just on my end?
Yeah, kind of. You're
That's
kind
strange.
of.
Well, those of you who are seeing this live are looking at me, some kind of crazy 3D thing. I promise I'm not AI. It's really me. Those on the recording should see it fine because it that cleans that up in the recording. But yeah, that's weird. Okay, all good. But I am real. Okay, so what kind of company should be thinking about a two-step process where you have, have even if it's their own internal team, who should be thinking about a separate appointment setter versus one person doing the whole function?
Anyone who wants to scale, like any company who wants to scale, who wants to remove tasks on their plate, should get an appointment setter or an executive assistant. Anyone who wants to leverage and do that, like, this my usual tagline is, I'll buy back your time, and you'll just focus on the big boss things while we do the grunt work, the admin stuff, and the appointment setting, the door knocking.
Yeah.
So we do all those tedious stuff for you, so you can just focus on the things that would make more money for your company. Because at the end of the day, everyone's wants to earn more, and we're just here to help you earn more.
Yeah. It's interesting. You said sale. You said admin. That's a role that a lot of people don't think about in sales, but you need a sales admin, even whether it's for one person or for a team. You need a
For the
sales admin.
team.
You need somebody who's going to make sure all the links are in place, make sure that the copy's going out, make sure that the emails are followed up, reminding people for stuff. Um, because I'm a sales guy. I'm not great at the details. I much prefer to talk to people and then get the transaction going and then go talk to more people and then let the admin team take care of the stuff that they do best. And you can't underestimate how important that is, guys. Have a quality person or team supporting you with that. Now, to have that in place is vital. Why outsource it versus internal? What's the benefit? What do you see as the differences there?
Outsourcing would give you more time instead of you doing it. That's the first one. And then if you think like you want to do that internal, I'll be honest with you, internal is more expensive. Outsourcing is efficient, cost efficient. So,
Yeah, for sure, and especially in the United States, which is where most of you are listening and watching right now, and there's a lot to consider there. And the biggest challenge we have worked with hundreds of overseas solutions, South America, Africa, South Africa, Australia, Philippines, you name it, and everybody at the end of the day, everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses. You often one of the biggest hurdles for outsourcing an overseas team is that they're different hours, that they maybe not speak English the way you need them to, or that they don't understand the culture. How do you answer that, Angeli?
first, the accent. Everyone has an accent. You have an accent. I have an accent. We have different accents. We cannot eliminate accent. So long as we can convey the message clearly, and we can con- and confidently, I believe we're good. The working hours, I have been living my whole, let's say, 15 years working on graveyard shift on my time. I right now it's 4 a.m. my time. So I think, Jim, you and I are 15 hours apart.
Right?
15 hours, yes. So I do not really see that as a problem, because also in my team was are trained to work graveyard shift. I also train my team on how to speak confidently, and I cannot eliminate their accent, but I want to make sure that they know what they're saying like the back of their hand.
Yeah, and I will say on top of that, when I started doing virtual sales teams, we were doing virtual sales teams back in 2013.
Wow.
It was not as common. to have a phone pick up. You know, you used to hear like call centers in India, maybe for tech support, right? But
Yes.
if you had somebody call you with an accent from the Philippines, it might take you by surprise in 2013. But over time, I think people get stuck. Entrepreneurs, we get stuck in our minds, and we think that you might think that your ideal client doesn't want to talk to somebody who has a foreign accent. And in 2013, maybe that was more common. This is 2026. We are sprinting towards 2027. Everybody's used to talking to people from other places. So as somebody who we've done hundreds of thousands of phone calls, teams, and most of them virtually. It is not as more people are far more resistant to an AI call than they are to an overseas call. So don't let that dissuade you. And if anything, try it, test it, so that way you can at least see you tried it, did it work for you? Don't just not do it because it didn't work for somebody else. So I highly recommend that. And then the other thing is, what about from a culture perspective? Because what I have witnessed is that the Philippine culture is a very, very caring and, sincere people. And many times they will say things like, "Oh yeah, I can." Like they might be more, I would say, permissive, right? They say yes to things because they don't want to create friction, stuff like that. How true is that? And then what are we doing to offset that so that people can have a sales conversation?
That is true in a lot of people that I know, but in my team, that doesn't work. They know how to say no. We have limitations. We have our own non-negotiables. I treat my team as independent contractors. We we introduce ourselves as independent contractors instead of employers. So we partner with you to help you grow. We do not want to say yes to things that we can't do and would create more problems in the future. And my my team, I build my team with confidence. I start i start my team making sure that they are confident, they know what they do, and they know their capacity. So we do not, a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, I believe, I know, I understand that has been ongoing for quite a while now, but it is not true for my team. I can't say yes to things that I don't know. So they're not trained to say yes to that on things that they don't know.
Yeah, and I can speak for Angeli, as we've done work with her and her team, and you will have to work hard to convince me that this might not be true, because every company that I see, as the leader goes, so goes the company. If you have
Yeah.
a leader who's scattered and disorganized and distracted, probably their team is as well. If you have a leader who is confident, organized, structured, and knows what she's doing, usually the team is going to follow suit. And Angeli is on the ball. She is like, her head knowledge is impressive. She knows a lot of things about a lot of things. She keeps
Thank
stuff
you.
moving, keeps stuff online. And we have been working with their team, so we see what's happening, what's the fruit of what their team creates, and the result has been good and is getting better. So I would definitely encourage you to do so. Let's take a couple of quick minutes here, Angeli, and if somebody says, yes, I want to explore outsourcing some appointment setting,
Yes.
what does an engagement look like with you? What happen if they come to you and say, yeah, I want to do this?
Okay, so we will first have a client discovery call. I want to understand what's the business, how we can help him, and a lot of times the not, I would direct them to the right correct path. I do not take them and just, yeah, you would need an assistant when in fact they don't need an assistant yet, because a lot of times, Jim, and this is interesting, is a lot of times they think they need an assistant, but they don't know what to give the assistant or what to delegate the appointment setter. So the first thing that I do is the client discovery call. I lay down all the things that we need from them, and that includes the objective or the goal, the job role, the job scope, the things that they would delegate, and then the tools that they would be needing. So once that is set up, I would send them a proposal of the CV of the candidate if they would want to vet, or the CV of the person that I would assign to them if they would let me decide for myself. Because a lot of times as well, is that company cultures, core values are different. So I make sure that who I hire for them are the best person for them. So I tailor fit. So and I believe that it has some kind of choreography on the job, on the task, that we have to make sure that they dance the same tune, if you may. And then after that, I'll send them the proposal with with the candidate CV, and then they would decide who they want to hire. And then from there, we would onboard. There are two types of onboarding for me. One is the one that I am also piggybacking with the onboarding. My husband does that, the piggybacking of the onboarding, just so in any case that in the middle of the transaction they did not like the VA, we can we can still continue the job until we find another person for them.
Tell
So
me,
it
What does that mean to piggyback it? What does that mean? What do you do in that process?
while we are training as they are training the VA. So we join the trainings, we join the meetings, we get accesses if they allow to. If not, we would like to have like a Loom video on how to do it. Just in any case that we have to replace the virtual assistant, they don't have to do the training. We will do the training for them.
Got it. Okay, yeah, that's powerful. That's very similar to our model because last
Mhm.
thing, things happen, and if somebody
Thanks.
isn't working and you got to replace them, you don't want to be out of work for a week while you're trying to find somebody and getting them on
Yes.
board and trained. So it's nice that you guys can step in and either do the work and or train somebody else to do the work so that the company doesn't have to. And I like the
Yes.
choreography perspective. That's not a word that we use. I think we do that as well, and we do a pretty good job of it. But that's a good visual, right? You're orchestrating the dance, right? So you
Yes.
can't both step at the same time in the same place. So
Yep.
that's really good. You One of our meetings we had recently, you were breaking down like what happens on each call and the fact that,
Yeah.
I was impressed at the level of follow up that happens. So a lead comes in, team reaches out on the lead, and then there's like a series of cadence. Can you just like, you don't have to go into detail, but kind of highlight what is that cadence and how long is that follow up and outreach being done before it is turned into no longer a lead? Whoops. Yeah, my internet seems to be weird right now. All right, I don't know if it's me or if it's Angelique freezing. So I'm going to keep talking in case it's her. So obviously I'm having some issues here because I'm all over the place. This is good entertainment here for you. Um, let's see. Come on, baby. Let me close some windows. I'm going to close that window. See if that helps at all. All right. So here's the thing. So hopefully Angelique is still there, and we'll come back here momentarily. What I want you to be thinking about for the appointment setting process here is how do you want people to represent your brand? Okay, we just lost her. So hopefully she'll jump back in. So how do you want people to represent your brand? What exactly do you want them to do? So a company like Angeli, they're really good at what they do. And so they can come in and say, here's all the best ways we know how to do it, and you can just implement. Or you can say, here's what I would like to have done. And then they will follow. But just like you said, they're not here to be yes men. They are here to help you win. So they'll say yes, and here's what my experience has told us will work better. So be prepared for this instead. That's the same way we work. When we're working with a company, we don't do what they say. You don't, if you come and say, here's what I want to be done. If you want that, go hire somebody. Seriously, it's the best thing to do. What you bring in a company like us, you're paying us for our expertise. You're paying us for our wisdom, our insight, our knowledge. We've got the track record. We've done stuff at scale that you just won't have the opportunity to do. So lean on the expertise of what we've got. So when we put stuff in play, it looks like Angela just had an internet issue. She's working her way back in. But what I want you to think about is, if you say, hey, here's how I want this done, we're going to say, if to do that, here's what we need to have happen. Or we might say, we can do that, but first this has to happen, right? And so those are the things that we want to make, we want to set you up to win, because ultimately we're accountable for your result. So that's why I hired us, right? So you also have to be able to take the input and the guidance and the feedback. Because again, if you just want somebody to do what you want them to do, don't outsource it. Just hire an employee and just tell them what to do and they will do it. But you hire a company like ours, you hire a company like Angelique, and then you collaborate. It's not our job to tell you what to do, it's our job to co-create success together. So I was just kind of that's basically what you just heard right there is the highlight of the last couple of minutes while you were gone. So yeah, so why don't you take a quick second here and, like I said, just high level, what does the 7 day, 10 day, 30 days look like for your team to follow up with a lead?
Okay, so a lead comes in, we call them first 5 days, twice per day. Not twice, twice in the morning, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one end of day. And then we would keep that in file in our first phase for a week, and then it would transfer to another caller for the next week up until how many callers did you hire for your company. After that, we pause for 30 days. We check the status of each lead. Once that lead is still in need of our help, for example, then we would call them again another for another 2 weeks, and then we pause again, and then we call them again. We pause again 30 days, review, and then call again up until they say they don't want it, they don't need us, or
Yeah.
we went to spam. And also while doing that, we try different numbers. So we have a few numbers for each agent just to make sure that we will not be tagged as spam. And then
Right.
every month as well, we review our numbers to make sure that it is not tagged as spam. And if it is in any case tagged as spam, we cancel the number. Not cancel. We archive the number until it doesn't have any conversations, and then we change for another number. So we just want to make sure that we are always on top of everything
Yeah.
and we're not missing anything.
So even if you didn't catch all the touch points that Angelique just mentioned, I'm pretty sure I want you to ask yourself one question right now. Are you doing that? Are you calling every lead that comes in, morning, afternoon, and at the end of the day? Are you calling them and then rotating, doing that for a week straight, and then rotating it to another person, and then doing that, and then doing that for a month, then taking a break, giving some air for the relationship to breathe, and then a month later starting it again in a sequence, and then giving it more time, and then doing it again. I'm here. If you are doing that, here's what I will tell you what. I will give you GTE bucks. We have GTE bucks in our wall. I'll give you 100 GTE bucks and apply for you can use them towards anything. Hell yeah, I'll give you 1,000 GTE bucks that you can use towards any services that we have. If you can show me evidence, show me phone records that says you do that personally to every lead that comes into your business, because we both know that ain't happening. So that alone, even if they don't do it great, let's just say they're just average, you're just average doing this. What are the odds that if you put that kind of effort into reaching out to people who already said they want some help, that you're not going to reach some of them and that you're not going to be able to sell some of them? And if you can sell one more deal a week or a month, do the math. What's that worth to your business, right? our world, somebody comes in, even if they only spend $1,000 on the front end, we know that if they spend 1,000, at some point they're going to spend 10,000, and some of them are going to spend 100,000 and more. So it's totally worth it. Whatever we can do to get one more person to spend $1,000 is worth it, and likely your business is too. And if it's not, you should be talking to me because we can set it up so that is the reality and make sure it goes. But I hope you're seeing just the power and the leverage of another company this is not brain surgery. This is not hard work, or it's just work and it needs to be done. And you're not doing it. So, step one, start doing it. Step two, hire somebody who can do it. And then step three, bring in a company like Angeli who can do it for you in spades and do it with you. So if you have interest in that, please reach out to me here. Just ping me on whatever platform you're watching on this right now. Just reach out to me personally and just say hello. We'll call, that's the word. You type hello in the chat and we will reach out to you, because remember, the sales conversation begins at hello. And you need somebody to help you say hello to the people who are going to buy from you so that you can do it more effectively and better. Because the biggest difference between you and the companies succeeding that are in that you watch other people win is the fact that they just talk to more people most of the time. It's not that you're not any good at what you do. It's not that your offer isn't great. It's usually that you're not talking to enough qualified people. And this is one surefire way to make sure that that problem goes away. So, Angeli, any last thoughts? What's something you want to make sure everybody understands when they walk away today?
Yeah, just want to make sure that if you are looking to scale your business, or you're looking to nurture your leads, we are here for you. We could help you set that up. And I just want to add one more thing, Jim.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Aside from that follow up, is we give you a rigorous kind of report. You'll see all of the KPIs that you need for you, and we could help you dissect that report to make sure that you are not missing any crack. I do that with my clients every month. We review their reports. I would tell them what we need to do more, or what we need to do less, or what we need to, just try to gauge what's happening and what's going on with the reports that we have. Like, how many leads did we call, how many leads came back, how many leads are wrong numbers, how many leads are not interested, why are they not interested, is it your script, is it how we do things. So things like that, we evaluate that monthly. If you're interested, just ping Jim, say hello, and then I'll be more than willing to have a discovery call for you guys.
Awesome. So if you need a sales assistant, or if you're ready for a full-blown point setter team, either way, reach out and we'll have a conversation. And if it makes sense and it's the right fit and we got you there, I'll get you set up with Angeli. But I wanted to make sure I brought her to you because you need this. You just may not know you need it, but you need this. You either are doing it and you need to do it better, or you're not doing it and you absolutely need to be deploying this strategy and this perspective into your business. And that's why I wanted Angeli to share what she was sharing, and just understand, again, just look at yourself in the mirror, have an honest conversation. Are you doing all the things you need to do to bring the people who said they want to talk to you into your world? And if you're not, let's do something about it. All right. So thanks, Angeli. Appreciate you for sure. A
Pre-
rock star.
Thank
And
you so much, Jim.
we
Appreciate it
will,
so much.
yeah, we'll talk to you soon. And you guys, let us know what's going on. Let us know what else is happening in your business. What's the biggest struggle you have getting more people to show up and have a qualified conversation with you about the problems that you solve for them? Let us know. Type it in the chat. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, rate, review, subscribe, do all the stuff that you know you're supposed to do. Thanks for being here and trusting us to be part of your success team, because we know you could have been anyplace else. Go rock. Have a great day. Make a ton of money. Change some lives.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
All right.